Craig Finn with James Felice at Bearsville Theater, October 24th, 2025.
Bill, how much can one man lose? She's on a roll, and I'm on my own.
Will you come and pick me up when I get up off the bus? Will you help me bring my stuff out to the beach? The reverend, you were in the congregation. Didn't happen right away, but pretty soon. And I never had a calling, I just had a strong desire to be the one that stood up in the room. So when I was a child, I used to fixate on the chaplain, the way he brought the widows all to tears. That looked like a decent way to make a little living here. Gave myself to God for a few years. Built a chapel off the exit on the highway outside Harrisburg. There was all that new development back then. Parishioners would come to me with cakes and little pastries, ask me for my blessing once again. But I couldn't shake the feeling I was faking all the faithfulness, and every single sermon was a fraud. Drifted through the rituals, prideful, high and pitiful, pissing off a petty, vengeful God. Pissing off a petty, vengeful God. He sells spots on TV. She works as a nurse. Look at the Anna. He's from Indiana, she's from Minnesota. They met at their church. They moved to the city to have an adventure. 10 years together, hold on till it hurts. On weekends they visit the bars and the restaurants. Come recommended by websites and friends. On weeknights they stay in, stick out and watch TV, red wine and Chinese, and early to bed. Look at the Anna, don't have any children. They said they didn't want them. But lately she's thinking, what's the point of this whole thing? Go to work for the weekend, really impressed. And if your whole thing is where you're coming from, you wonder why you left. I used to play first-person shooters. I spent days inside these games. The speed made my head like a cockpit computer till the wings came off the plane. I was deep in debt and desperate. I met some Hesher and his henchmen. Put on my only suit and I walked into the interview. I applied for the position. When the whole thing finally happened, they flew me out to Buffalo, New York. Well, the terms were much different than what we first discussed. I was grateful for the work. Deanna was the girl that used to ride around and wait in the car. Well, the gig was pretty good. They just always need to know where you are. Well, they gifted me a CRV, a decent place to live, a pistol and a nickname. I'm the Amarillo Kid. Train I'm not on. Sundown, it feels like I'm riding a train I'm not on. We used to post up for days in this place in the flats. She'd stare off into space and draw smokestacks on her placemat. She had a dwindling grace and a faith in the industry that never really made any sense to me. While we were combing the place trying to come up with the funds for a phone number friend in an idling car, she said, I probably don't see myself here forever, but for now it's pretty much where we are. I never really argued with her basic observations. I wasn't really into confrontation back then. I was mostly just about sitting in the window, watching the flag out front just twisting and twisting, twisting and twisting. We mark where we've been with the scars on our skin. We can only sing the songs we've been taught to. Rachel recommended messing with the settings. She said it's better than settling for whatever they give you. Sundown, it feels like I'm riding a train I'm not on. Sundown, it feels like I'm riding a train I'm not on. 2 years ago I finally took the stone out of my shoe. Now I'm walking straight and true, and I forgave myself for you and for Daniel in the motel, in the bathtub where he died, like he didn't know what had hit him. His face still looks surprised. I went through his pockets, mixed what was his with mine, but I should have closed his eyes. I should have closed his eyes. I took Layton as a name the day they said that I was saved. So the Lord just reached his hands out, formed me out of clay. I told Emily I'm broke right now, but I'm not the one to blame. The Lord made me this way. The Lord made me this way. The Lord made me this way. Toy section at this drugstore, and otherwise I'm pretty much cured. I've been getting out of bed before noon now. Gonna find a new place pretty soon now. The whole thing's moving uptown, and I'm sorry about the way that I scared you. I'm sorry that I wasn't in touch since. Spend way too much time on people without any substance. And I decided that I'm gonna push forward. I'm committed to making the change. But you gotta remember I never go out in the rain. And it's been raining all day, and my jacket got nicked from the coat check. The curtains can't keep out the gray. These umbrellas that you get at the drugstore always blow the wrong way. Dana, I don't drink nearly as much, 1 or 2 nights at the week at the most. I know I used to be such a monster. This city still lousy with ghosts. But I'm sorry about that fight in the taxi. That probably just wasn't my night. If you just agree to come see me, I could try to make it alright. But I decided that I'm gonna back off now. I heard you turn that old boy into a husband. Now you're out in the county hanging out with some people of substance. A fish takes a water, but licenses they get revoked. The transaction was easy. My buddy looked similar, just a little bit heavier. Counting the money in front of him seems silly. This isn't the movies. So Wayne got in his car, and he drove off into the sunset. He took a left onto Cermak, and she turned to me, and she said, "Never been to Chicago. Got nothing going on tomorrow. Maybe we could stay here tonight, lose ourselves in the glass and light. Never been to Chicago. I got nothing going on tomorrow. Maybe we could stay here tonight.